Hey there, you filthy animals, Mr. Dirty, back with another episode of the GTM show. And today, from the frozen food department, we've got an item from Banquet. Banquet, in my opinion, is the second worst frozen food company, with Michelina just basking in that #1 spot. But this product here caught my eye. It looked like way better than their normal products. They've come out with a line of things called the Mega Bowls. There's a fried chicken bowl, and we got the chicken fried beefsteak bowl. Now, even though I say this looks way better than their usual stuff, I still have low expectations going into this. First off, just having the Banquet name on there. And second of all, they've gone with what seems to be a slightly blurry photo on the front of the box. But let's just get into this. All right, boom shakalaka, there you go. There's the package you're looking for if you're looking for this in stores. The Banquet Mega Bowls. And this is going to be the chicken fried beefsteak bowl. And you see up there in the top corner, they're boasting 19 grams of protein. They're also telling us that they've got a seasoned breaded beefsteak bites, or on the front I think they're calling it fritters that you're looking at there, sprinkled with green beans, corn, and shredded mozzarella cheese, mashed potatoes with white gravy. There's a good look at the back of the box. Over here is those blurbs I was just reading. On this side you've got your nutrition fact chart, list of ingredients. Go ahead and pause the screen and read any of that if that's what interests you. Now the other panels on the box, just product graphics going on until you get around to the top of the box, and that's where you got your pull tab to get in, which we shall do so right now and take a look at our product if we can. Alright, so there you go. There is your chicken fried beefsteak bowl. If you can see through the plastic there, we have, looks like popcorn chicken sitting there on top of mashed potatoes. Got our shredded cheese, our green beans, and our corn. Gravy there somewhere. What do we say here? Looking like about 2-inch deep bowl. And what's the width on this? Got a 6-inch diameter at the top of the bowl, 5-inch at the bottom. We do have conventional oven instructions on the back here. We do not have time for that. We are going to be going in the microwave, which is microwave on high for 4 minutes without puncturing or removing the film at all. Then we do remove the film at that 4-minute mark. Stir, replace film in the microwave for an additional 2.5 to 3 minutes. I'm not surprised we have a solid piece of mashed potatoes going on here. And let it stand for 2 minutes and then enjoy, it says. So I'm going to run down and nuke up our Banquet Mega Bowls chicken fried beefsteak, and then we'll be right back and see what we have. Stick around. Alright people, we are back. We have our Banquet Mega Bowl out of the microwave where it's rode the radiation for a total of 7.5 minutes with a little stir in the halfway mark, about 4 minutes. Alright, I haven't given it the final stir yet because I figure after I do that, it's just going to be covered in mashed potatoes. You won't be able to see the little beefsteak fritters as they called them. So, bam, there you go. That's what you get right out of the microwave. Like I said, no stir. All I've done is taken the film off. And you can see some of those fritters sticking out of the mashed potatoes there. Everything else, the corn and the green beans, are pretty much buried in. Cheese is now gone, nowhere to be found. But yeah, those fritters, as I was stirring it, I was counting them. I counted a total of 7. There might have been an 8th one stuck in with like a solid mass of frozen mashed potatoes there as I was stirring it. But yeah, no less than 7. We'll give it that. And they seemed a bit crispy. It's sad though, as I was stirring it, they were just getting drowned in the mashed potatoes that were defrosted. So yeah, probably soggy breading right now. But yeah, it smells pretty good. So I'm just going to give it the final stir real quick. Yeah, the potatoes were a little bit soupy when I first took it out. You can see them sloshing around. So I was bringing it up to the studio here. Yeah, now as I'm stirring it though, it seems to have thickened up, kind of like gravy does. Speaking of gravy, there seems to be a pretty diligent amount of that white gravy that they spoke of. So these potatoes aren't going totally thick. So it's somewhere between the consistency of regular mashed potatoes and gravy. But yeah, after the final stirring, there you go. That's what you get. Now, before we get too far into this, I'm going to try some of the mashed potatoes because, yeah, they're looking pretty smooth. Nothing like homemade mashed potatoes that are a bit more granulated. This is very smooth, like it's all gravy. So down the hatch with the mashed potato part. Yeah, real smooth and creamy potatoes, and that's probably mostly on part of the amount of the white gravy that's in here, making it that way. Has a slight buttery flavor. Like I say, totally smooth consistency, nothing grainy. Nothing gritty. I took a couple snaps at those mashed potatoes, and in the second snap there I got a bit of the corn, a bit of the green beans there. And those, they taste like frozen vegetables, you know, anything that you would get from like Bird's Eye, Jolly Green Giant, something like that. But yeah, overall the potatoes, they still come across as like instant potatoes. Nothing like homemade potatoes at all. I've got one of those beef fritters there on the hook. Go ahead and take a peek at how big one of those are, you know, compared to the bowl itself. Pretty big. If I can, I'm going to cut it in half so we can get a look at a cross section of it. So you can see, you know, how much is breading and how much is actually the actual beefsteak fritter itself, all right? There you go. All right, down the hatch with that. Okay, I like the beefsteak nuggets an awful lot. They remind me of like every beef fried steak I've ever gotten from, say, like Shoney's, IHOP, Denny's. You know, any kind of time that you get like a country fried steak with your breakfast, boom. It's those, only in nugget form. Yeah, so I completely killed that one off, and I'm looking here, there's 6 left. So they gave us 7 to start with. And you saw how big they are. Not bad. And I think this whole meal here cost us somewhere between like $2 and $3 hairs. And the overall flavor on the whole meal here isn't bland. There seems to be a lot of herbs and seasoning going on, as well as maybe like, you know, pepper. Doesn't come across as too salty in any way, shape, or form. The amount of salt that is there that's noticeable is maybe like if you had taken like table salt and just done like 1-2 shakes. That's it. Overall, not a bad showing here from Banquet and their Mega Bowl. Like I say, I had not very high expectations going in. They've completely exceeded my expectations and gone well and above. Also, like I say, not a bad value on this. I definitely pick this up again. So for the Banquet Mega Bowl, this is the chicken fried steak one. Like I say, there's a chicken one. But for the beefsteak one right here, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. So yeah, here's one I definitely recommend, surprisingly, from Banquet and their Mega Bowls. If you see this in your grocer's freezer, definitely pick it up, give it a try. I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM Show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. As always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.